Hey everyone, it's Brandy. You're watching Abstract Crafter, and I wanted to introduce you to a new series because, as I've told you guys from the very beginning, that I want to be more than just a diamond painting channel. I love diamond painting, and I've done tons and tons of videos on it because of that love. But I also love a lot of other things, and that's why I went with the name Abstract Crafter and not Abstract Diamond Painter. So I wanted to introduce you because there's so many things that are going to happen with this series, and I plan to do it every Sunday. And we'll talk a little bit more about it as we go along, but I want to tell you what kinds of things the series is going to entail. So I thought, with holidays coming now, this was just the nearest one to me, but things like using stamps and how to create your own greeting cards or your own canvases or your own just anything with stamps. There's so much more to them than what meets the eye, and how you can do it on a budget. This one was $3 for this kit. Granted, it doesn't have ink, but I found ink at the thrift store for $1, so it can be done very affordably. And this is just one of many stamp kits that I have. Things like creating this, taking a simple block of wood and painting something inspiring on it. And then there'll be things like different pens that I love. You know, all my favorite products and what I use them for and why I like them. And I thought it'd be fun to get into some calligraphy and showing you guys how to work with it, or learning with me for things that I don't know. And I have all these amazing things that I like doing, and I thought we could go through some of these books and learn how to do some of this stuff together. Sorry, I'm flipping really fast as I'm really excited. But I thought, how fun would it be to learn how to do some of this stuff? And I have more, and I can't, I don't have a lot of friends to sit and work on this stuff with. And stuff like this, I can make copies for you guys and leave it in the description so you can do it with me. And my favorite one, the one I've been most excited to get into, is this one, because it's more than just learning how to hand letter. You're going on an entire journey and learning about different supplies and paper and how to do the most basic of things, and how to start doing, stuff like this. And I can show you places online where you can go and get all this stuff for free, these types of worksheets, and, we can go through supplies and learn the best supplies, like trying out Tombow for hand lettering and for making labels. You guys know I love to make my own labels, and finding things like this. I found this on clearance for $1.25, and learning how to use these and start working with different materials and discovering new favorite products. This is something that I saw online a lot, and now it's something I use daily and I can't live without. And where you can find some of these things, and then using something, I paid $1 for this. Back to school time, we can learn. Whoops, that's not. I can teach you things that I've learned, like how to make the most basic mandala, whatever you say. How to start doing it and creating it step by step, and learning together, and then learning different ways to decorate these, and different ways that you can create them, and how to set up a basic one, and then what to do from there. It's all stuff that I just love, and I start it and then I get tired because I don't like doing things like this alone, and now I feel like I have this whole world open to me that I can share with you guys. And we can, even things like going back and seeing things from our youth and playing with them and seeing what we can do with them, and rediscovering things like this Or if we didn't get to have them as kids, you know, we can see, you know, not only play with it, but see how we can incorporate this into our lives now. There's so many amazing things that, as a child, I would have never known to do with a spirograph. And now we have the opportunity to do that. And I don't know how many times I wished I would have kept mine, and now they're everywhere. And very affordable. Or finding simple things like these, or like these keys I found for $1 at Michael's, and like just decorations and different things that we can do with them. And then like showing you different materials, like I have an obsession with all things glitter pen and marker, and like how to use these for more than just like writing with. And it doesn't end there. Let me show you. We can take things like this. You know, like I got these at, both of these at Target. I think I got them all at Target, actually. No, this one came from Walmart. But but testing them, and I can show you different ways to create swatch pads, and you know, you can swatch things and then keep them right in the containers, or if you have different containers, or testing out products, because this looks beautiful, and then, I mean, look at those, they're gorgeous, and look how full they are, because I don't use them, I'm too afraid to, because I don't want them to run out of ink, and I don't even know if they're good. So like going through things like that, and like showing you different products for different things, and the other ways that you can use these besides just writing with them. You know, and like discovering like stencils, and like seeing something simple like this and finding other uses for them. They're not just like geometry. And I found this in the kids section, but it's got all these amazing stencils in there that you can start using for other things. I don't even know what that is. Stickers. Like, I have this weird fascination with stickers, but like all these patterns, and you know, I mean, how fun would it be in creating your own stencils? This is a stencil I created for something that I'll show you in a moment. You know, but things like that. Let me pause and clean this up so I can bring in more stuff to show you. Okay, and so different ways to like relax at night by doing things with like this coloring cloth. I've only just started working in this, but they're like color by number. Like they give you a little scale and they give you the color, suggested color. You can really do any color pattern you want. And if you really need to know, all of them are in the back. These are all the different design possibilities that you can create with this kind of book, and how relaxing it can be. And I don't know if the one, like this is the one I'm working on, and it's been so much fun putting this together and then showing you, you know, different things that you like, fine liners, and my extensive marker collection that I have. I mean, I have so many markers, and there's more. I just like collect, and so I have so many brands of markers. And they all are good for different things, you know. And besides that, there's more, you know, there's 3D dot to dots, and like some of these, they just turn out amazing. This is the one I'm working on now, and you know, it's not just for kids anymore, and you can just, you know, these can take days to complete. They're so intricate, and definitely not the dot to dots that you did as a child. I mean, look at some of the most beautiful things, and these are 3D. I can't show you because you know, we don't have 3D glasses, but you can color them in, you can shade them different colors, and it tells you all of the like different ways to help ease stress by working on these kind of books. And they have swatch pages, and you know, all the suggestions, and like, you know, showing the comparisons. And it's an amazing book. And they have other ones besides this one. They have an animal one, I believe. Yeah, I can get that one too, and we can go through, and you know, I can work on one of these while we talk about some of these benefits. And you can get them in magazine form, and these ones are a little bit more simple. but I colored that one in just very roughly. Oops, I get so excited I'm throwing markers. And I started working on that one, and they're very simplistic, but super, super relaxing. I take this one out with me when I go take my kids to the park, and it's just they're just so always fun and relaxing. And they even have, and there's my dot to dot ruler, and they have this magazine one, and I've only ever just started, and and I wrote that because I didn't know what it was at the time, but and then like this one comes, it's a monthly magazine that comes out, and it tells you there's starting and stopping points, and it tells you that up in the corner, so you'll start at 1 and at 485, you'll start again at 486 and end at 492. There's hundreds, and there's so many variations of these books, and they're just amazing. And like they even have other publications like brain teasers, and they're just, and like this one in particular has that on the back. That's what it was. What can run but can't walk. And then it'll have the answers to it. Page 50. Water. It's just things to help get your mind going and to get you thinking. And so they have all these different books to help you relax. And I have even more. We can go through all the different types of coloring books that are out there, and I can show you my collection from very simplistic to I found this at a thrift store, and it's got a little bit more intricate. And I also have just about every one of her books. Johanna Bashford, she's like the creator of this, and it's not Magical Jungle. There's a couple, she's just got beautiful drawings, and that's one that I had started, but, I have to go back and finish. This isn't the first book I got from her, but I have just about all of hers. I even have this Christmas one that I have barely touched. There's one that I'm working on. I even left my colored pencil in there so I wouldn't forget what color I was working in. Just, we can go through my entire collection, and I can show you different ones, and we can work on one together, right? Ignore the Band-Aid. And even this kind is awesome. This optical illusion one, they're just so intricate, but so, so relaxing. That's one that I completed right there. That's another one I completed. That's the back cover. I'm not taking credit for that one. But I can show you how to make swatch cards for these. This is how I do it sometimes, but, and all the different mediums that I've used. I've used crayons and markers and gel pens, and I can show you, like these ones aren't shaded, but I can show you different techniques for shading and achieving amazing pictures. And some of these, I can get copies made and have them so you can download them and do some of these with me. Like some of these I tore out were some of my favorites, and I actually use these in homeschooling to help start the kids' day out with these. So, alright, let me clean up again. I got a little bit more to go over with you guys. So I also thought it would be a lot of fun to do different kinds of journaling. I just got this Life in Color, and I just started working on this, and got to take that off because I wasn't happy with that marker, but it's got these beautiful pages, and I marked off in here everywhere where it's just full pages of color, and they're literally planning journals. You can use them as a diary. You can use them as an idea book. You can just use it as a notebook, and it'll have everything you can color. This kind of stuff isn't just for children. It's an exciting world, and there's so many things, beautiful. And there's not just that. I found this one at the dollar store, and you can stitch your own cover, and it gives you, granted it's cheap, but it's a whole kit to, it's another way to make a journal, and or it could be a sketchbook, like on-the-go sketchbook, or you could create this for somebody. You know, it doesn't have to be for you, but it could definitely be a way to relax. Oops, and I'm just so excited I'm not even putting the string on the right way. So this is just my journal. This is my journal out of just a regular old notebook. And we're making a gratitude journal and the benefits of making a gratitude journal. I know not everybody's into journaling, but there's so many ways to do it. I have a gratitude. I have a regular journal. I have this one. I haven't even decided what to do with it, but I thought, how nice would this be to just take with? I love doodling, and then just even having a pen on hand just to scribble in on the margins, or do a whole page just while I'm in a waiting room at a doctor's office, or sew this up one day when I'm, feeling inspired to do something. And I've even made journals like this, that this is for all my lipstick swatches. I mean, this didn't turn out the way I was hoping, but this is all my, my lipstick. And I have a nail polish one, and I can show you how to make one, and the things that I learned from making this one. Like, things transfer if you don't properly cover them and let them dry all the way. But this is like, and I have it set up to make even more, and I have them separated by brand name and style, metallics, and my lip liners, and they're by color, and there's just so much to it. And like I said, I have a nail polish one. I couldn't find it in time. I'm trying to see what I have in here, because I have some paper. I don't know what this is for. I had an idea for it. But just different ways to journal as a way to relax. And even going through, and how relaxing it was for me just to rip out pages from a magazine that I thought I could make old school like collages with. And we can go through things together as ways, like I saw these for my swatch book, and it's dirty because it got spilled on, but I just different things, like I find all this beauty in these things, and I thought one day I might want them, or I ripped out ones that had big lettering in it so that I could spell out different things, with letters. And so different ways to collage and the benefits of collage. And I thought we could even go through Wreck This Journal. It's not, you don't have to destroy it. I have created, this is one of my absolute favorite things I've ever done, and the things that I have worked on in this book, and the things that it does, like do some rubbings with a pencil, like that was so much fun to sit and make this beautiful thing, and glue random items here. It was so fun to come up with different things to put here, and like this one faded on me, but I don't care because I know what it was, and like this is such a beautiful saying, and that's a cute band-aid, and Lisa Frank, and I drew this, just things like that. Lose this page, so I just did something silly like that, and I made a silly little drawing of it and just stuck it randomly in here. This book is so much fun, and you don't have to, like this one, make a mess. I made a mess, and then I cleaned it up and put them all in order. This was such a fun page to work on. Or this, I love this one. I had each one of my family members trace their hand, starting with Talon, Haley, Gavin, me, and Adam. And I just had this idea to make this like coral under the water, and I made each one of us a fish. So like there's Haley, and there's Gavin, there's me, there's, I think that's Adam, and Talon because he's a shark, and one of these is Tyrion, but I don't remember right now. But just different ways to use your imagination, and I thought, how fun would it be to go through this book and show you everything, and just kind of walk through it and tell you everything that I did and why I did it, and what, it's not completed yet, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be, because I can work on pages of this together with you and, teach you, or, talk about different parts of my life, and, explain, like, here's another one I absolutely love. Tie a string to the spine of this book, swing wildly, let it hit the walls. So I got this idea from somebody else, obviously. I'm not that creative. But it's the same string that I used. I created a little one that can swing back and forth and hit the... my colored pencils want to follow. You know, it literally swings back and forth and hits the walls. And it's stupid. But I had so much fun coming up with this, or creating this, and I even made some of my favorite pages and put them in there, and like that wrapped this page. I created this outline and made this scribble wildly, violently with reckless abandon. I made that. Will you love me, please? Oh, I think I had to hide a message in here. I wanted to show you my favorite page before, you know, we won't go through this whole thing, but there's one page I really wanted to show you guys. Because, you know, wrap something with this page, so I wrapped one of my daughter's drawings that she just made. She drew this just testing out her new gel pens, and I thought it was so beautiful, I wanted to keep it. And so I turned this into a present. You know, just stupid things like that. And I can show you how something like this doesn't have to be for a child, and it doesn't have to, you know, it can help you relax. Let me clean this up now. I have just a couple more things to go over with you guys. And I thought we could do more unconventional art things, like nail art. I mean, look at all this. I can show you how to use nail vinyls, and not everybody knows how to use these nail strips. I don't personally like them, but... and different tools, and where you can get them very cheaply and very affordably. And I have just like more gems in there, and how to turn something like this and just take it one step up and make it so much more fancy. Even how to, you know, products that you can get to thin out your favorite nail polish when you just can't give it up because it's either gone, or, you know, and like the different tools that I use, and different ways to like step up your manicure. Like this is my little kit that I use. And, you know, I'll just how you can use something as simple as a nail art pen, and you don't have to spend lots of money on stripers, and how just using something like that can just step up your manicure, you know, and make French tips easy. I know that was something that I struggled with a lot, but I found so many ways, and like I bought these, you know, to help me with different designs and different very simple ways that you can dress up your nail art. And then even more so, I have things like metamorphic top coats, and this is something new that I haven't really... oh no, that's my black nail polish. Like different toppers that can add pizzazz, and this costs $2. Or like this hypnotic transforming top coat, and I can show you how some of this stuff works, and crackle top coat, and matte versus satin versus high gloss versus glitter, and, you know, all my favorite nail supplies. And nail art is an art form too, so I have, you know, we can do more unconventional things like that. And this is just what I keep downstairs as far as my nail collection stuff goes. So I have so much more. I've been doing nail art for years. It was probably the first art form that I actually kept up with after all these years, and something that I wanted to continue with, and I didn't ever give up on it. And then, you know, we have other things you can do with floss. Oops, and I reused that bag. You know, you don't just have to use this for cross stitching, and I can show you how to make different friendship bracelets. And even if you don't particularly want them for yourself, it's something that you could do with your kids or your grandkids or your kids that you babysit, or whatever the case may be. Just adjusting the camera, you know, it's just learning something new and fun to do like that. And then we can talk about some of my favorite supplies, and like how I bought this and I thought I would use it for one thing, and I use it almost daily. And like from the dollar store. Some of the best highlighters, you know, we can do stuff like that. Or finding this for $5 on clearance. What a steal that was. And, you know, talking about, like, my favorite supplies that I use for, and all these different things. You know, and things like these that I think that are a must-have in every crafter and artist collection. And then, okay, I'm going to pause. I have 2 things left to show you guys, just to start with. So let me clean this stuff up and show you the last 2 things that I've wanted to add to this video. Okay, so you might recognize this. This is my round book. I actually ended up having to make 2 different books for this. Obviously, something like 152 here, I'm never going to use all of these as leftovers. Maybe, but I doubt it. But some of these I have so many extras of, and I always talk about not knowing why I saved some of these, especially the ones that are bad, and I have hundreds upon thousands of them. I want to show you how we can use these for other arts. You know, there's going to come a time, at least I know for me, when diamond painting isn't going to be my whole life. And I'm going to want to move on. And I'm going to need to find a use for these. It's not something I can hoard for the rest of my life. And I have so many ideas on how to use these to decorate with. I like to make walking sticks. And I can show you how to make a walking stick for exploring and how to decorate it with your leftover gems. How to do mandalas with your leftover gems. And then I can even do things and show you different ways to store and different storage options to get organized, and how to store either your leftovers or how to get something kitted up. I've showed you one way. I do it several different ways, so I can, you know, things like that. And then even different ways to store and organize floss. I just started this because I got that pack that turned out, I thought it was something different, and it turned out not to be what I thought it was. And so now I have to think of a different way to use it. So I bought just this most simplistic thing, and this might be something that a lot of people know about, but some people might not, and they might need ideas on how to store their floss, or they've been doing it one way and they're looking for a change. And I can show you. I plan on doing it this way, and then I have another system that I'm coming up with, and I can show that in a video. And the last thing I want to go over with you guys is something that is absolutely super precious, and it's what I was working on before I started diamond painting. And I'm going to just move these off to the side, and I'm going to bring in one at a time. And these things are probably not going to be for everybody, but I still hope that you'll appreciate them. So I want to show you the first one I ever did. And you're probably thinking, okay, Brandy, what the hell? They're miniature rooms, and I'm showing it to you this way first, and then I'm going to take you down and show you up close. And they've started falling apart because I really had to jostle them out of their place. And the things are loose in there, so I can't do too much. See, like, my cups fell down. But it's got, like, every single aspect of this I made. And even, look at my lampshade is falling and coming apart, because this was the first one I did. I learned a lot from making this one. I mean, you can tell I didn't even have a very good glue at the time because it left such a mess, but that's something that we can work on together, and it's a new craft I can show you. And the best part about this, I hope my camera will let me pick this up. It lights up. See, pay attention right there. It lights up. Not all, I don't have all of them wired up because it's kind of a pain. This next one I made for my husband, and it's a little Christmas scene. Let me get the cover off, and you can see already that I found better glue, and I came up with a better way. Now this one's really fickle, but you can, oh, see, I told you, things move. They're not all glued down. Some things are. This one, it does light up too, but not where you think. And it's got lights up right here, and there's a light behind the tree somewhere. But the music box is hidden. It's got a little, you'll see, it's got a snow globe and little plates and presents and snowman and a freaking bear rug, you know, one of those fur rugs. And this one I created for my daughter. And look at, you know, it's got a little, the details in these are insane. I gotta turn my light back on, otherwise we'll get more bouncy. Every single thing you create, from putting the little things in the center to adding the leaves, like obviously those flowers came like that. I tied the ribbon. I created this little, these are like little tiny gift tags, and I had to cut each and every one of those out. And then this, I put all this paper on there to make it look like wood, and it's very stiff because, oh shoot, and you can see I lost a petal or a leaf. These don't get fussed with a whole lot, so they're a little upset from being bothered. You open that up and all 4 walls come down. And right here on this side you have a little tiny notebook, and look at that, or a little picture. I mean, isn't that adorable? And it's just little tiny details that make this thing so insanely precious. I'll try to show you. I don't know if I will. Oops, this was glued down, so you can see I need to fix that. But I had to do all of this little stuff. I had to, well, some of it was obviously pre-made, but like I had to create that mirror, and I had to create that violin, and the ring was already pre-made, but I made the jewelry box, and I made the maps that are sitting there rolled up. The cats came like that, and the umbrella did, but I made this little hat. I mean, and I made these roses, and trust me, each one of those petals, let's see if it'll let you see, each one of those pieces of paper there, I had to cut and glue together. This one does light up too. I don't know if it's still working, because they're fairy lights. I'm going to shut this off. Yeah, because you can see up there where the lights were. I'm trying to get it to work. I'm trying to force it to work. Bummer. There's nothing I can do but replace the battery, but I can't really show you that right now. And so that just sits inside there, and you fold up the walls. But I'm going to take you down and give you a tour of just these 3 I have. 1, 2, 3, 4 more of these, and there is only 1 more of this in the set, and I'll show you all those a different time when we do a dedicated video to these, but I wanted to show you these ones for right now. So I'll take you down and I'll show you how intricate these things are. We'll start with this one. Let's see if I can get you in there. You can see it says, oh, love back there. Ooh, come on, focus. But it's a little tiny jewelry box, or it's like a trunk. Get you in there so you can really see my flowers. Focus. Yeah, those are paper, and I had to add all of that stuff in there. And you can see that when you look on top, it's nothing special. And over here, you got a little cat inside of a little purse. That gold thing there, that's just like the detailing on the bottom of it. But then you come over, and every aspect of that was created by me. I mean, obviously the lace on here is printed on there, but I had to wrap the paper around there. I had to create the top. I had to create everything in there. And there's a little close-up of my straw hat. That was not fun, guys. Not fun. And let me put this back together. I need 2 hands, so I'm going to have to pause you. And that's the top of it. And that's, I had to fold that paper a special way. I had to create those flowers. And this was just one piece here, this cat. But yeah, I had to cut out each one of these. And so here's my pinky covering up. That's how tiny those things can get. and I got too many lights bouncing. So yeah, I created that. That was for my daughter. And now let's take a better look at the first one I ever made. And this is a little kitchen set. I'll take off the cover carefully because they fall apart very easily. And so with these, I had to make those little plants. Those weren't fun. And those like little jars on top there are just are just made out of beads. There's the little china cupboard, mostly paper. Those bags right there, those were super hard. The cups were not fun to make. Those jars, the tea jar and the one next to it, those were really fun. I don't know how close it's gonna let me get so you can see inside that they're filled with stuff. And it's little plastic tubing. And like, look at, there's my, it's like a little, I don't know what that thing is. And there's a little egg beater there, and there's like the dish rack. And I guess the kids were being naughty, and that's why the cups are on the floor. But you make this little tiny bread thing. You put, not only do you glue those together, but you sew the pillows, and you do all the sewing. And my coffee cup, the coffee is flipped up on it. Sorry, these are so hard. And there's even a book there. You make that. There's the tea kettle that did not turn out very well. And there's like some a cutting board there. That knife was not easy to make. There's some more plants. And I love this little feature on the, let me move out the chair. I love this little feature with the, you could put, you know, some people have that. But yeah, I made the sink that's out of wiring, and the window, and like the clock is just a cutout, but that's such a pain. Then if we move this little chair out, you make that, and it's just got like green stuffing, and it comes with everything you need, every little tiny thing. I mean, look at how small those knobs are. Not only did I have to cut them out, but I had to pinch them so that they're raised. So you can get another close top view. And so now I just want to show you the Christmas palace. So there is the Christmas one. And let me take this off. I know I'm jostling you guys all about. I'm not paying that close attention to what I'm doing. I'm trying to like look both ways. Alright. Move that cover. Okay, so there's a little present. And those were just cutouts that you unfold, but then here's like the wreath. I had to make that. And I had to make, here's the snow globe. That's just a glass bead with a snowman on top. And there's like some Christmas postcards on there. Another dish rack. I had to make the tree and all the ornaments. And there's, if you can see, a really crude snowman that I made. And there's presents under the tree. And there's like a little basket of knitting. I thought that was so cute. Look at, let's see if I can move the book. Yeah, there's a little basket of knitting. A little crochet. And a little plant. And there's another present for the kids. And, you know, the most difficult part about these is making these, like, tables and, like, the couch. That's probably the most difficult part. And getting that garland to stick to the wall was not easy. The books are, like, the easiest part of them all. And most of them do have, like, stuff on them, on the pages. See that, you know, they're so realistic, and they're very affordable. These kits are about 20 bucks a piece. Some are more because, you know, depending on the demand. But I think they typically take between 2 weeks and a month. So yeah, this is my plan for Craft Sundays. And I was thinking of either calling them Relax With Me on Sunday or Super Craft Sunday. You know how, like, the boys got Super Bowl Sunday, or, you know, like, football on Sundays. And not all of us ladies like football. Some of us do, but not all of us. I'm not one that likes football, and so I don't care for that. Oh yeah, look at even my little candle there. I had to cut that teeny tiny flame out. So I haven't quite decided what name I'm going to come up with it. If it's going to be Relax With Me Sundays or Super Craft Sunday. But some of these aren't like strictly crafts, like the dot to dots and stuff like that. But some of them are. And I do have one of these houses in progress that I thought you could finish with me. And I think the best part of all of it is, for me anyway, is that I'm going to give you guys a selection of 3 different crafts. And so every week, it'll be up to you guys to decide what it is that we're going to be doing on the next week. Whether it's going to be making holiday crafts or building a little house, or room, I should say, or organizing, or just doing some relaxing and coloring books and me showing you different materials that work for them and stuff like that. Or if it'll be testing out new stuff that's out on the market, learning how to use stamping, learning how to see materials in a different way, just anything like that. So I want to thank you guys. If you stuck all the way to the end, please let me know down in the comments, because I'm incredibly self-conscious. I don't know why. I mean, you guys have been with me for so long. And stay tuned. I am going to be announcing the giveaway very, very soon. I'm just getting a few last-minute things together. But alright, guys. Probably in the drill with me is when... I know I didn't put one up this week. I have been really sick. I've been getting over it. But I'll put a poll in one of the videos next week, and I'll let you know, so that you guys can, tell me what you want the very first Super Craft Sunday or Relax With Me on Sunday video to be, and by then, based on comments, we'll know what the title of the series is going to be as well. But alright, guys, I want you to have an awesome day. Have fun diamond painting, crafting, stitching, relaxing, or whatever it is that you are doing. I love you, friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.